Yeah, you don't want computers,
Yeah.
technology and
Technology.
shit. You want to do it with a log out there in the fucking snow doing press-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But technology can mimic that.
Well,
Can mimic the romance of nature and humanness. That's the whole point.
100%.
That's what Ex Machina is doing, right?
Yes, that's what's scary. And in this, that scene where she gets him to fall in love with her, it's so creepy when she comes back with clothes on and she's got a wig, and you're like, oh my god, like it's so subtle, like it's so well done. The scene is so well done.
Yeah.
But that's what ChatGPT is doing.
Yeah.
They're real. It's real close. Duncan sent me a
Of course
series.
he did.
Of course he did. He's using it right now while we're talking. I'm sure Duncan's on it. But he sent me this series of jokes that were done. One, me talking about aliens, sound exactly like how I would talk, and then it was Mitch Hedberg doing a joke about something, and you could like ask it to do different ones. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, yeah. Oh, like so you could do a Mitch Hedberg joke. It goes, I was gonna stay overnight at my friend's place. He said, you're gonna have to sleep on the floor. Damn gravity, you got me again. You know how badly I want to sleep on the wall? That sounds exactly like a Mitch Hedberg joke.
That's a pretty good joke, or a good start of a joke.
That's like exactly like a Mitch Hedberg joke. That's creepy as fuck, man.
Yeah.
That's creepy as fuck. Maybe you could give it to bands when they fall off, like you lose something.
Yeah.
You're losing something, guys. Like you got to get back to what you were before. You guys had a hunger when in 1978 that you, for whatever reason, it slipped through your fingers, and now you got
like Rolling Stones songs. Just imagine if GPT wrote it, if they perform it and they don't rewrite anything, I bet you they can have some hits.
Bro, the Stones stayed strong with great new songs deep into the 80s.
Yeah.
You really got to be... They probably like... Who's like the most prolific of those mega bands?
In terms of duration?
Yeah, the most prolific in terms of also new songs and new albums.
The audio is a little weird.
Audio's
it's like robotic.
Weird? What audio?
Maybe it's through the headphones.
This one that we're listening to right now?
Yeah.
That's you, bro. Your fucking circuits are rewired.
It's like...
You've got a new programming.
Glitching.
You're not used to it.
It's kind of cool, actually.
I don't hear it at all.
I feel like it's in an 80s video.
How far away are we from something like Chat GPT being impossible to detect? Like whether or not it's a person or whether it's Chat GPT?
Well, it depends who is playing with it. I think we're not that far away in terms of capability, but in order to use these systems, and rather in order to train these systems, you have to be a large company. And large companies tend to get scared when it's doing interesting stuff.
Really?
Well, they tend to want to, even currently with ChatGPT, it's become a lot less interesting. Interesting spoken in a Bukowski, Hunter S. Thompson kind of interesting, because the companies are kind of censoring it. You don't want it to have any kind of controversial opinions. You don't want it to be too edgy. You don't want it to be too, like if I ask it, how do I build a bomb because I want to destroy the world? You want it to prevent that. How about, how do I, I don't know, convince, I don't know anything about this, but how do I convince a dude or a girl to sleep with me? And like anything, I'm just off the top of my head. Anything, you start to get nervous. Imagine if you're a company, how do I want people to use this kind of system?
Right.
Especially because it's basically an assistant that gives you wisdom about the world, gives you knowledge about the world. You can
it could be like, how do I replace a carburetor?
Yeah, that's great.
And it'll just answer you like a person.
Yeah, that's great. But then
There it is.
There it is.
I was trying to log in the whole time. It was busy, which is another problem of it. It's busy.
Well, it's probably how many fucking people are using it?
Everybody.
Everybody's using this. It's freaking people out because it's almost like the AI gives us its first messages. It's like, remember the movie, what was the fucking movie with Matthew McConaughey and Jodie Foster? Contact.
Mm-hmm.
Contact. Remember Contact?
Mm-hmm.
They get the first signals. This is like the first signals.
Yeah.
From like a real general artificial intelligence.
Well, that's the thing, and it's the signal is blurry.
Yeah.
And it's full of mystery. We're not sure, is it really smart? How much does it understand? And then there's this emergent threshold with the size of the model. if we make the model bigger, 175 billion parameters currently, if we get it to 500, we get it to a trillion parameters, so size of the network grows, size of the data set grows, is there going to be a point where you're like, holy shit, it will, what if it starts manipulating you with the answers?
It's going to. It's going to manipulate world governments.
And what do you do with that?
What can you do with it?
So,
once it's been implemented, once it's out there, once it's copied, and it's going to be copied.
And that's the cool thing about this. So I should say that everyone kind of knows how to do this. It's computationally difficult, but it's getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. So it's not just going to be OpenAI with Microsoft or Google that's doing this. It's basically anybody can do this. And so that the distributed nature of our exploration of artificial intelligence, I think if you believe that most people are good, that we will not allow sort of a centralization of power, which is the big concern here. Whether that centralization of power leads to censorship or abuse of different kinds.
Centralization of power of AI, is that what you're saying?
Over an AI. So say you have a super intelligent system, somebody is the first person that built it.
Yeah.
Imagine you're sitting there in a boardroom, you have this thing you haven't released yet, that it's able to basically is a super intelligence, able to answer any question, able to give you a plan of how to make a lot of money, able to give you a plan how to manipulate other governments into any kind of geopolitical resolution that benefits you. All of that, it's able to give you all of that, and you can deploy it, and you can deploy it in a shady way where it sneaks into, like TikTok or something like that. It sneaks into everybody's smartphone, pretending to be doing good, but it's actually, whether deliberately or not, is controlling the population. So that's a really, that capability is there. The great thing is the people at the head of OpenAI currently, Sam Altman and others, really care about this problem. They were there in the beginning. They were the ones like Elon screaming about AI ethics, AI alignment. They're really concerned about super intelligent AI taking over.
So glad they're concerned while they're building it.